Hello, today let's work on our abdominal muscles. We'll start sitting with our legs crossed. Sit comfortably with a straight back, feeling your sit bones on the floor. Place one hand on your lower belly and the other on your rib cage. Now let's take a few breaths. As you inhale, fill your rib cage with air and feel the air travel down to your belly. On the exhale, let the air flow out calmly. Inhale. The air moves down. Exhale. It moves up. You'll feel movement under both your top and bottom hand. There may be less movement under the bottom hand, and that's normal. On your inhale, allow your ribs to expand in all directions, forward, to the sides, and even backward. The ability of your ribs to open in 3 directions while you inhale directly impacts the action of your diaphragm and abdominal muscles. Gently set your focus on the session. Now sit on your sit bones, maybe shifting your glutes back slightly to sit right on your sit bones. Grab under your thighs with your hands and start moving your pelvis. Tilt your pelvis back behind your sit bones, your tailbone aiming towards your heels, and your pubic bone pulling slightly up towards your belly. Your back will round, but try to move more from your pelvis, not rushing to round your upper back. Keep reaching up with the top of your head as you lower slightly. Then use your hands to pull yourself forward, stretching your spine upward. You can slightly open your chest and reach upwards. And again, tilt your pelvis back, push your legs gently into the floor, and use your hands to pull yourself up, reaching your chest to the ceiling, making a small extension. Exhale. Pelvis back, rounding the spine. Inhale. Pull yourself up and extend. When you reach your chest upward and extend your spine, the extension should be evenly distributed along the entire spine, all the way down to the tailbone. This means that, as you extend, your tailbone should gently move back and up. However, be sure to watch your lower back. Avoid overarching in this area. Keep an eye on your knees, making sure they stay parallel to each other. Keep your shoulders relaxed and down, with elbows slightly pointing out, and stretch your chest upwards. Now open your arms to the sides and stay sitting with a straight back. Let's do side bends. Touching the floor with one hand, then the other. Open up your lateral ribs, first on the right, then on the left. You can spread your legs wider here if it helps you sit comfortably with a straight back. Inhale, bend, exhale. Back to center. Try not to lean your back backward. You can also place your feet on your heels if your legs get tired quickly. Keep doing the side bends, remembering to take a good breath in as you bend and exhale as you return to center. Stretch out through your straight arm in a diagonal. Try not to bend your elbow too much and keep your shoulders and shoulder blades relaxed, away from your ears. Now tilt your pelvis back again. Grab your right thigh with your left hand. Extend your right arm forward, push your thigh with the left hand, and start turning your torso to the right. Your pelvis stays still and your legs remain in position. Try not to let your knees come together. Exhale, turn, inhale, return to center. The twist starts because you're pushing your right thigh with your left hand. Keep your pelvis tilted back so your tailbone is aiming toward your heels and your pubic bone is slightly pulling toward your belly. It feels like you're zipping up a pair of tight jeans again in your lower belly. Keep your right hand within your line of sight. This means we're aiming for a full range of motion, not by reaching your arm back, but by rotating through your rib cage. Now switch sides. Your right hand pushes your left thigh and you twist to the left. Twist around your spine. Remember to breathe. Exhale as you twist. Inhale as you return to center. Try not to tilt your head back, but also avoid pressing your chin to your chest. To reach upwards through the crown of your head, imagine there's a light book resting on top of your head, and you're trying to keep it balanced there. If your lower back gets too tired, don't lean back too much. Return to a more upright position. You are doing great. Do a couple more times, then slowly return to an upright position. Now, lie fully down on your mat. Bend your knees, feet parallel to each other, and place your hands behind your head. Your elbows point slightly to the ceiling. Reach up with your elbows and triceps to feel the space between your shoulder blades. On the exhale, start lifting the upper part of your shoulder blades off the floor, supporting your head with your hands. It's important to keep your pelvis neutral. Don't tuck your tailbone as you lift. Your tailbone stays parallel to the floor throughout the exercise. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower. Relax your neck. It's better to rest your head in your hands. Your lower back shouldn't press into the floor. If there's a small gap between your lower back and the floor, that's normal. But keep your pelvis in the same position. You can even watch your pelvis as you lift to make sure it's not tilting backward. Next time lift, stay at the top and start rotating. Reach one elbow, then the other toward the ceiling. It's important to reach with your elbow up, not toward your knee. The rotation happens around your spine, keeping your shoulder blades off the floor. Your pelvis stays still, and your oblique muscles and abs engage softly. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, return to center. Keep an eye on the position of your legs. Don't let your knees come together. You can rotate much more slowly than I am, so your breath stays calm and you have time to focus on your technique. Lower down, stretch your arms along your body, and lift both bent legs into a 90-degree position. We call it tabletop position. Your lower back touches the floor but doesn't press down. Now lower one bent leg toward the floor. Pay attention to the angle at your knee. A common mistake is bending the knee too much while lowering the leg, which takes the work away from your abs. Try to keep a 90-degree angle at your knee. Your leg doesn't have to touch the floor. Exhale as your leg lowers. Inhale as it returns. Check that your back ribs are pressing gently into the floor and your lower back is also touching the mat, but don't push it down. Let's make it a bit harder. On the exhale, lift your shoulder blades and keep lowering one leg at a time. Let your head rest in your hands, elbows pointing to the ceiling. Always exhale as your leg lowers and inhale as it comes back. If your belly puffs up like a bubble, make the movement smaller. You can barely move your legs. Don't forget to breathe. Exhale, the leg lowers. Inhale, it returns back. Be sure to monitor the position of your lower back and pelvis, as this is a very important point. The pelvis should not tilt along with the leg, as this would lift your lower back further off the floor. Take a break. Place your feet on the floor and on the exhale, lift your shoulder blades again. Lift both bent legs and add rotation through your rib cage while extending one leg. If your right elbow goes up, your right leg stretches out. If your left elbow goes up, your left leg stretches. Keep your back ribs and lower back touching the floor. If your pelvis starts tilting forward as your leg extends, please make the movement smaller, or go back to the previous version of the exercise, where we don't fully straighten our leg. Exhale, twist. Inhale, return to center. Support your head with your hands and don't open your elbows too wide. Take a break. Place your hands on the floor a bit wider. Your legs stay at 90 degrees. Now let your legs fall to the right as your pelvis rolls onto your right hip, then roll back. Your head moves in the opposite direction from your legs. Both shoulder blades stay on the floor. When your legs move to the right, your left shoulder blade stays on the floor. Your left ribs also aim toward the floor, then roll yourself back up in a spiral. Don't rush. Inhale, twist, exhale, return. The return starts from your ribs. First, magnetize your ribs to the floor, then your lower back, and finally your pelvis. Keep your knees together. When you rotate to the right, reach forward with your left knee, the top leg. When you rotate to the left, reach forward with your right knee. This will help keep your knees from sliding apart. Now grab under your thighs and roll up to a seated position. You can take a little break here. Take a few breaths, expanding your rib cage in 3 directions, just like we did at the beginning of the session. Now rise to a kneeling position and step your right foot forward at a 90-degree angle. Tilt your tailbone down, pull your pubic bone up and shift your whole body forward, opening your arms to the sides. You can take them slightly behind your back. Then shift your pelvis back and round your spine, bringing your head forward. So we're extending, then flexing. Move your pelvis straight forward and back. Keep your pelvis slightly tilted as you extend to feel a nice stretch in your left thigh and belly. Then switch sides. Your right shin is now on the floor, pelvis tilted. Inhale, move forward, opening your elbows to the sides. Exhale, pelvis back, spine forward. Inhale, feel the stretch in your belly and thigh. Exhale, return. Lift your gaze upward, but try not to tilt your head back too much. Feel the stretch along the front, from your thigh to your ribs. Let's do it one more time, and then we'll wrap up the session. Today we gently worked on the abdominal muscles. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. See you in the next classes. Goodbye.